How you doing?
Oh, look at us. Right next to each
Oh,
other.
nerds.
I can touch him.
Oh.
Touch. We're not digital. Someone help me. But don't do that. Stop that.
I'm editing that out.
Please do.
So this is going to be our first of 4 spooky Halloween themed videos.
The fuck?
Damn, bitch, this is
I'm
spooky.
busy. Ooh, I forgot to tell you, I'm busy on Sundays.
Ooh, too bad, because
Yeah.
we're doing this on Fridays or Saturdays.
Perfect. I'm busy on Fridays and Saturdays too. Damn, I forgot to tell you, I'm working like 80-hour weeks. I'm not working 80-hour weeks. Yeah, I'm.
Bitch, I know where you live. I can come down.
You'll get shot.
Yeah, probably. Probably. All right, so yeah. So for all the month of October, we are going to be doing a weekly podcast, short weekly podcast, just talking about Halloween.
Perfect. That means I can buy Hearthstone at the same time.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah. But first and foremost, we are down here in Corpus Christi, checking out a local convention, second-year convention, Kadabracon. So, what did you think about it overall? What would you give your rating? Like,
I would say like 6.5. Solid for second year. Honestly, my only problem with it, truthfully, the only problem with it is the venue is more meant for like pizzas and parties and like fundraising events. Like it's meant to like let's set up rows of tables and chairs for people to eat and talk.
Mm-hmm.
Not let's set up tables and chairs for people to sell stuff at.
Yeah, my rating would definitely be a 6 out of 10.
Yeah.
For a second year, that is great for a second year. But yeah, I definitely do agree. The venue feels smaller than it should be, and
it's quite packed.
It's
like
very
almost.
Packed.
And then
the panel rooms that they have, the main stage panel room really isn't even a room. It's just a sequestered area of
with
the entire
curtains.
ballroom with curtains around
and
it.
then and there's an actual stage.
Yeah, there is
obviously
an actual stage.
Your voice actors are up there. The featured guests are all up there and stuff.
And then you got the small panel room, which no one could find the first day, which is
literally
like right off.
As soon as you walk in and to your left, it's also a sharing room with like where they're doing motion making,
masks, and
mask making, which is totally fine because like I think the way they did it is like there wouldn't be a panel at the same time as the mask stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Or if there is, it's like there wasn't a lot. Like, we had one where we had a panel and people were in there, but it was like a dad and his daughter, and that's it.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like, oh god, we have to fight for voice, which is really funny. Like I kept saying, I'm glad we're in the small panel room, which really worked out because like we didn't have to share this
the big stage
because you could kind of just like close that door and there you go. And it was funny. You were in a room. You were actually in a panel room.
Yeah. It's good and it's good and it's not because it's smaller than what we're used to, but also it's a good size for that amount of people who are actually going to that convention, because it's a pretty decent amount of people who are going for this convention.
Yeah,
honestly.
I mean, I think a lot of people are there for Digital Circus. To be honest.
Yeah, definitely Digital Circus.
We watched the first episode of that last night. That was really fun. That was interesting because we had no idea what we were going into.
Weird. Yeah, because we
asked people like, "Oh, what is it about?" And they're like, "Oh, it's like."
They couldn't give us a definitive
unhinged and brain rot, and I was like, "What does that even mean?"
Yeah.
I told Josh, I was like, "Look, we're gonna watch this just so that we know why people are going. Who these people are,
just so we can say we've seen it."
Yeah, and I was like, "But we're good. Like, I'm giving it 5 minutes, and if it's dumb, I'm turning it off."
We watched the entire thing.
We watched the first episode. We're like, "Okay."
It was
definitely nothing that I'm like, I need to watch again.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh god, episode 2 is out. Oh my god, episode 3 just came out. It's definitely something that I can be like, okay, I'm bored. I guess I can put this on.
Yeah, definitely.
Not hating on it. I'm not saying that it's bad.
No, it was funny. It was definitely funny. So, we mentioned this very briefly, but my negative of the con is that the vendors hall, the artist alley, was way more packed than we're ever used to. Like, we had trouble finding our way out, and
and you find yourself doing
very
this
very tight.
You're doing this the whole time. You're like, oh, sorry. And like, There was one I saw it. I don't know if you saw it. It was like as we were leaving, someone bumped one of those tables in the front, and they had those cups, those really nice drawn cups.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, and the whole table just did like a shake because someone bumped it, and I was like, oh, I was ready to hear a glass break.
Ooh.
So and then the guy like noticed it too, and he like I don't know if you saw like that dude standing by his table at the end of it.
No,
he was just standing there the whole time now by like where the cups were, and I was like, yeah, that's pretty smart. Yeah, the really like I wouldn't even say it's a bad negative. Damn, this con in its second year is so packed and there's too many people. Fuck no, like that's awesome. Like that's that's good for them.
No, yeah,
but just like the venue is just kind of odd. It really is my only problem with this con.
Yeah, it definitely is a weird venue for them to have because you would expect it to be at a hotel.
Yeah,
this kind of way. I'm not saying that them packing out the entire ballroom is bad. I'm just saying that it's very tight for two big dudes. It's very tight.
Yeah,
and the arrangement was very weird. I did get some pretty cool stickers and prints.
Yeah, you did. I didn't buy anything. That's nice. I was gonna get my fight stick hitbox signed by Sub-Zero, but he wasn't there. And then we were just both really tired. Mm-hmm. And he was like, I think he had like one thing, and then he had another thing after, so we'd have to wait around for like 2.5 hours. And I was like, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, what was really weird was that the voice actor for Joey from Yu-Gi-Oh was supposed to be there, but we didn't see him at a table. Like we didn't see.
We also didn't see like an announcement saying, "Hey, he can't make it." Maybe it was really last minute, and they were just like, "Well, too late."
No clue.
No clue. I will say the other thing that I found kind of weird was the one thing I would have switched is there's that booth inside the building that's selling those big cups of like lemonade and teas and all those flavors.
Yeah, right in front. Right next to the
right next to the palm room. I would put them outside.
Yeah,
and I would put badge and registration inside because they have just like a lady and I think a dude. Like it's like maybe like a crew of 3, just like at the doors watching everyone like see if they have badges.
Mm-hmm.
And it felt kind of bad. I was like, dude, it's like a huge group just comes in at the same time. Like,
how would you check that?
Yeah, or just like someone's like, oh hey, come to this back door.
Yeah. I mean, they had a lot of other food related items outside. So I mean, Pecco's Pete was there.
Pecco's Pete was there. They had a custom cup, which I've never seen before.
That was great.
That's what I bought. That's my Kadabracon merch.
Yeah,
absolutely. I made that joke, but like, I really.
But post the picture up right now.
Yeah, I really wasn't looking for anything besides, vinyl stickers for cars, which a lot of people didn't have. There's always like one booth that has like that's all they sell. I didn't see any. I was looking for that, and then I was also looking for Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, but nothing really
grabbed you. Or it was just
there was just nothing. No, there was nothing. Yeah. There was one lady who had 2 like sleeves. I don't need sleeves. I have so many sleeves.
I need cards, man.
I need cards. I'm building my Exodia deck.
Yeah.
But overall, I mean, like, I'm excited to see how this con grows.
Yeah, definitely.
They even gave us a goodie bag. I think.
Oh yeah.
It's in the car, but we'll throw up a photo.
Yeah,
it came with like some chocolates, which is really sweet because it's Halloween. Obviously, it's like spooky month. And it came with a couple discount cards, so like some stuff around the area. Mm-hmm. Like there's like Hit Games or something. I think is what it was called. And it had like a stack of gift cards where it was like free Mario, free go-kart race or laser tag or $10 off. Like there's like a bunch of different cards,
which is cool if we ever come back down to Corpus.
Yeah, or if we, and then also like I think it's an air freshener.
Air freshener.
That big thing in that bag.
Oh yeah, that was an air freshener. Yeah,
that's an air freshener. That's I got their logo on it too, which like
you don't see that at many cons, which is cool.
And if you do, it's because you know them for a while.
Yeah.
So it was cool to get like a, hey, thanks for doing this for us. Here's this bag of goodies.
Yeah.
They were also very good about like closer to the con communicating, hey, this is what's going to be happening. Hey, it's a week away. Okay, don't forget these are your panels. Hey, it's this weekend. Hope you're excited. Hey, you're checking in tomorrow. Please come see me. Blah blah blah, which is really nice.
It felt very reminiscent of our old small con days, like Ant back in 2019, 18, whatnot. So yeah, I mean, it's very very good con. Lovely people whoever ran the con. Lovely
Lindsay
people.
And Kirk, I believe. I know Kirk is the owner. He's really cool dude. You can tell he was being pulled everywhere.
Oh yeah.
And then Lindsay, I believe, is the panel director
or coordinator.
coordinator, and she's also very sweet. We were like, hey, we need a projector and a screen, and she's like, I'm working on it, I swear. And we're like, we believe you. We're like, we don't need it for this one, we need it for the next one. She's like, okay. And then she shows up with a screen and panel, and we're like, all right, cool, thanks.
Yeah, it was cool. So yeah, this weekend we had a few panels. We did Face the Music, Anime OP. We did Anime Wheel of Fortune, and today, Saturday, we did My Hero Academia trivia.
Yeah.
So yeah,
we also technically did panels 101, but it
technically
was literally as the panel opened, so there's like no one knew it. And then it was still as like we took our time even finding the room ourselves originally, so we don't blame anyone. So we kind of just stood there in a room for about an hour.
It's fine.
It was yeah.
I honestly don't really ever expect anyone to come to panels 101.
Yeah, it's always funny whenever we do that at Stand Japan and it gets approved, and we're given a regular room.
Yeah,
and there's just like 6 people, and then you see the rest of the empty room, and you're just like, yeah, this is
like maybe you should have done this in the hallway.
Yeah, we should just ask for a hallway. It's always funny though.
Yeah, that is. But yeah, overall, Kadabracon was pretty fun. Would definitely apply next year.
You know what I almost bought?
What?
Power Sword.
Oh,
they had it.
Yeah,
they had the Power Ranger Red Power Sword. And then I walk into like it's the same dude that you see at every like Texas con that's selling weapons. Like you can just tell from the setup. And I go, "You got anything else, Power Rangers?" And he's like, "The Sword of Darkness." And I was like, "Where?" And he's like, "It's right there." And I was like, "Oh, 120 though."
Am I willing to sell my soul for that?
Nah. I don't really care for the Sword of Darkness. MMPR is overrated. I'll say that right now. Damn. Mighty Morphin is not all what it's hooked up to be.
Damn. I mean, you can probably say that. You know, we've been watching Mystic Force all weekend.
Yep. All night yesterday, and then this morning during breakfast.
Literally an hour ago.
Yep. Yeah, after we got back, we're
watched
like,
nearly the entire season.
It's only 32 episodes.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's not like we're. I skipped like the first 8 episodes.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah, we didn't start from the beginning because I'd already been watching it. But speaking of wizards, I can share that. I don't know how I was going to try to transition that into spookiness.
Transition. Okay. Yeah. Speaking of wizards and spooky stuff,
it is kind of spooky.
It is.
It's got the underworld element to it. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah. We'll definitely be done with it. Transition up a photo of the master. You'll see who he is in a bit.
Oh yeah.
And then you can
Okay.
Or just choose one of the 10 torments, and that can be the transition photo for us talking about spookiness.
All right, there you go. Transition. Halloween.
God, look. I'll start. I'm gonna say this now.
Right.
My aunt. I'm not gonna name drop her just because she probably don't know her name herself, but she knows who she is.
Auntie.
You know her.
Yeah.
She used to scare me at every opportunity she got, and I mean every opportunity, to the point where I was paranoid as a kid, and I used to hate horror movies. Hated horror movies. Hated, and then like I would cry as a kid, even just during Halloween, because I would see a scary costume, because she would scare me all the time. And now I get her daughter back by doing it all the time.
Oh, that's great.
It's payback. But what's really funny is growing up, before cable was like what it is now, where it's like you can find anything you want, deluxe cable package, Spanish packages. Spanish channels on the weekends only showed ads for like local stuff.
Really?
Yeah, it's like come buy a car, come buy a taco, come. I don't know.
Come on a podcast.
Come to church. It was like ads for like random Hispanic things or just Spanish stuff. So my grandmother would just watch the Sci-Fi Channel all day because you don't need to know English to understand. Guy with big knife stabbing small woman.
Bad.
Guy, animal with sharp teeth spitting acid. Bad. You don't need to understand. You don't even understand English to understand. Oh, this is a horror movie of some kind.
It's almost like horror movies in itself are stupid.
There's some good ones out there.
No, I mean like stupid as in you understand the plot.
Yeah.
Any language.
No, yeah, exactly. So we just watched the sci-fi a crap ton growing up. Like the Sci-Fi Channel all the time growing up. That's all we watched.
Oh yeah.
So that's how I know my horror. And then as I got older, I'm gonna tell the story, right?
Okay.
So I was grounded. I got in trouble. I don't remember what this was. I have to let me look up the year so I can tell you how old I was.
Cut to year.
So in 2008, I was 9 at the oldest. 9, 10 at the oldest. So I'm grounded for something I did, being dumb, obviously, or not listening to my mom. In 2008, I am taken to go see Saw 5. Now, it's not, oh, let's go show this kid Saw 5. No, I was grounded and my aunt was taking care of me.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, she's on a double date. And I somehow get dragged. Don't ask. I don't know. And so they try to leave me with an aunt and uncle, and they're like, no, we're leaving soon. And you can't leave him with Giovanni. He's not, whatever. You can't leave him with them because he's going with us. So you have to take him with you. And we go to the movie theater and they're like, hey, like, can we just leave him there in that chair? Like, can we pay for him for a ticket? And obviously the whatever they're called, like the ticket dude is like, no, I'm not watching your kid. Like, no, like take him to the movie. And so they
traumatize him.
They're like, you're gonna take him to that movie or you're gonna find something else. And it was like late, so there's no kid movies showing until 9 o'clock. Yeah. So my aunt was like, well, look, guess what? You're watching Saw 5 with us. 2 minutes into the movie, not even 5 minutes in, everyone is gone, and I'm just sitting there on my own watching this movie, and I see the damn fucking waterboarding trap box where Agent, I think Hoffman is his name, gives himself a tracheotomy with a pen so that he can breathe.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it's perfectly normal. It's a 9-year-old watching Saw 5 on his own because his aunt and his cousin were having some boyfriend problems.
Oh my god! What a way to get into horror movies.
And that's not even how, I wouldn't even say I still somewhat am afraid of horror movies. A little bit. Like, I go into them, I'm like, oh god, And then I'm like, oh, that's a horror movie. Yeah, I'm dumb. Yeah. But that's how, like, and then, like, as I got older, I was like, all right, horror's pretty sick. And then, like, Halloween's, me and my mom would, like, put on some, like, classic horror movie and watch something. And that's what branched me to be like, all right, you know what? Let's rewatch these Saw movies.
Oh, yeah.
The first, like, 4 are great.
Oh, absolutely. Are they really still going on with it? I can't.
It's the most. Understand. It's a money grab. The most recent one was actually pretty good. The way the story was written was good.
Which one? Jigsaw?
No,
because that one was
Saw 9. Ooh, I don't know, man. There's so many of them. Let me see. Don't cut this out.
I believe there's more than 9. I think there's like 10 or 11. That being said, the first Saw was
Saw X.
Saw X. Okay,
10.
so there's up to 10.
The Jigsaw was 9, and Spiral was the spin-off.
Spiral, that's
weird one that wasn't that great. But no, Saw X was set in the past tense, like with a younger John Kramer. Uh-huh. But I mean, the dude's. Speaking of actors that are great in the horror community.
Oh yeah.
Tobin Bell, love that man, great dude. He got the email or like the call being like, hey, Saw X, what do you think? He's like, give me the script. Sees the script and goes, oh dude, I'm down. He goes, I'm so down. Let's do this again. Oh yeah. I think that's a role he loves.
Oh, absolutely. He was great in the first one. Dead dude on the floor.
Yeah.
Spoiler for a fucking old ass movie.
I mean, shoot, if Saw 5 came out in 2008, Saw 1 came out in
at least 2000, maybe 99, something like that. No, I got into.
No, they were pumping out Saw movies like an Amish woman pumps out children. 2004. 4? And Saw 5 came out in 2008?
What the hell? Jesus. That also makes a lot of sense because the vibe of the end credits and the opening just screams early 2000s.
What's funny is if Saw, like, it's one of my favorite jokes, if Saw took place in our universe, those guys are gonna have a really shit day the next day because Saw 1 takes place on September 10th, 2001.
Oh no! Oh, man. Worst week ever. Oh my god, I was tortured. I cut off my leg.
But thank God I have America. Oh, what do you mean the second tower has been hit? I
think we can make jokes about that now.
Cancel us. I don't care. Please don't. We should talk about that. I don't know. We'll see.
I actually didn't get into Halloween or horror movies until I was maybe 18, 19, off into college because I was homeschooled in a very Christian household.
You were homeschooled in a very Christian household and also a military household. And it's my favorite thing.
Less a military household.
Your dad was still had those things about it. It's my favorite thing when people go, how did you not know about this? And I was like, dude, Josh was homeschooled in a very Christian home. Like, I mean, Christian home.
And like semi-traditional true Christian home. And they're like, VeggieTales for life.
And they're like, really? I go, yeah. I go, there's so many things that I've taught this man.
Like, do you know boobs? No.
Yeah.
No.
But I also feel like that's the age you're supposed to learn. Like when it comes to certain horror, like you really shouldn't be anything other than
you really shouldn't be watching the original It movie at 9.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Dude. Oh, speaking of it, man. Speaking of traumatization. Okay. So in Mexico, that movie's huge. The original one.
Really?
Yeah. It was back in the day.
Okay.
We watched it once, and I remember this is another memory that stuck with me forever. When you get to know me, you'll realize I remember the weirdest things. I can't remember what I had for lunch yesterday, but I can remember the story from when I was 6. We were in Mexico, and I left my shoe upstairs. A single shoe.
A single shoe.
And I was so scared of It the Clown that I thought he was going to be up those stairs waiting for me that I couldn't go grab my shoe. That I had to go grab one of my aunts to go with me to grab the shoe.
Bring the chancla.
I was just so deathly afraid of those stairs and that he would be up those stairs. And I was like, Thea, please go grab my shoe.
I mean, to be fair, when we're kids, just anything can scare us. Like when we were on furlough from Mexico because dad was a missionary between 2001 and 2006.
Yeah.
We stayed at this old ass house that was like 2 or 3 stories, empty. Like it was used for missionaries whenever they're away or on furlough. Multiple rooms in this house, and they had bunk beds, empty ass bunk beds, dark ass corridor, stair going to the attic. We never went up because creepy ass attic.
Yeah.
And just like whenever I would get up to go use the restroom or try go down to the living room, it was dead dark in that corridor. Like,
yeah, but same aunt, right? Speaking of dolls, have always been weird to me. Because the aunt in Mexico, dude, I'll have to try to find a photo. I'll have to try to find a photo if anyone in the family has it. My tia Jacinta loved her death, right? Mm-hmm. She just had a room full of dolls. And it was just the creepiest thing. And what sucks is that room had a bed in it. So obviously sometimes someone would have to sleep in there and we would fight over who had to sleep in that room.
Like, I do not want to sleep in here. Don't you make me sleep in here.
Exactly. It was like, I remember just always being so terrified of that room. Well, and then another one, Chucky, I saw way too young.
Oh my God, Chucky.
So, you know, and I remember, and dad of the fucking gear, you know, when he was still in my life. I remember my dad put on Chucky and was like, "You're gonna watch this," and I was like, "I don't want to watch this. This is gonna scare me." And he's like, "No, you're gonna watch it. Watch it." And I was like, "Dear God!" I was like, "God, this is terrifying."
How is this a staple for him?
I don't know.
Speaking of dolls, the fucking Bloodfest movie that Owen Edgerton made for Rooster Teeth had that doll scene in it, and like everyone in the theater when it first came out during RTX. Dolls? Yeah, there was a doll scene.
Was there?
Yeah.
So we got there late to that screening.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know what happened. I think we were at the TikTok or something. So I know what you're talking about. Yes.
When that doll scene came out, everyone in the theater was like, "Oh no!"
Yeah, I remember I was on set for that movie. I did some volunteer. I got really lucky because they sent out 2 emails. They sent out one, hey, I somehow found out about a paid extra gig for Bloodfest. And there was no one there that had any idea what Rooster Teeth was, except for like one other dude. And then, and then there was a non-paid through Rooster Teeth fans that Rooster Teeth put out. I was like, hey, we need extras for this scene. Please come. It's like the opening scene of like, Welcome to Bloodfest and everything. And I remember I got the paid one and it was like $90 for like a night of work. No, it was ass. Bloodfest, man. I haven't seen that in a while.
I haven't seen it since
I rewatched it maybe like a year after, just because I think it like came out on DVD or something.
Yeah, I did.
That was good.
Yeah, I would like to get Owen Edgerton on one of these podcasts.
Talk about it.
Talk about it. Yeah, it and just other Halloween stuff.
Good dude. Yeah,
good dude. Good movie. Really good movie.
Yeah, especially for what it. I mean, it's coming from Rooster Teeth.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's really weird. But yeah, I mean. So in college, I discovered watched the entire series up to 2013, 2014, and been hooked on horror movies. Watched Scream.
Scream are great ones, classics.
1, 2, and 3. Don't talk about the rest.
Uh,
Maybe 5 and 6.
6? Are we on 6 or 7?
I think we're on 6 at the
Okay,
moment.
5 and 6 are solid.
Yeah. 5
Jack
and
Quaid is in one of them, and it's the funniest thing, him being in like a movie like that. Because when I think Jack Quaid, I think soft boy. Like easiest way to put him.
6. Yeah.
I think soft boy that ends up in bad situations.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Is good.
You got your Halloween movies, which are great. The original ones are great. Like 1 and 2 are great.
You got the Rob Zombie movies.
Rob Zombie, no. I don't like that whole like weird family thing he did.
Yeah.
And then they rebooted it, and the reboot from the first movie. So the way they did it was, I don't know if you know this. So the stories from the original is like 1 through 5, right?
Yeah.
1 and 2 were connected. 3 was a mask movie. It wasn't even connected to Michael at all. 4 and the rest of them were like got weird into like magical stuff. Like the reason he can't die is because he is like
soul to soul or devil or something.
Yeah, some weird like cult stuff. Like he has a cult that like is keeping him alive. And then he dies, but he has a niece, and like his soul transfers into the niece. I don't know. You guys can fix me in the comments if I'm wrong. Weird. But they remade them in 2019 and 2018.
You mean the Halloween movies?
Yeah, the Halloween movie. They brought it back, and they're like, "Hey, forget all that stuff that happened after the first
going
one.
Number 1, Halloween 2017, 2018.
Yeah,
like
and they're like, and then we'll go from there. And then like that one was really good because it was like Michael was just like literally my favorite thing that they were like, yeah, he just isn't gonna die because he wants to kill Laurie, and it's just pure willpower that's keeping him alive, which like could make somewhat sense because you know there's like that mother's instinct where they flip a car off their kid.
Absolutely.
So there you go, it's killer instinct.
Yeah,
love that game series. And then they went downhill.
And then they went downhill with the
they brought back that whole weird like I need an apprentice thing.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that was. It's just really bad.
Yeah,
but yeah, I don't know.
What other franchises are great? You know what franchise is great, and it's traumatized everyone? The Final Destination franchise. Because I want you to name 5 people. 5 people. You can name 5 people. I'll send you $5 that will willingly drive behind a log truck.
A log truck.
And if you know 5 people that will willingly drive behind a log truck that have seen Final Destination 3, I'll send you $5.
I won't drive a state behind a log truck.
All right, Mr. Extra. Those movies are great too.
Yeah. Very gory.
Oh yeah, I watched the first one recently at with some friends, and none of them had ever seen them because they were like way too young. Some weren't even born when the movies came out. And we watched the first one, and they're like, "Wow, what?" And I was like, "Great movie, huh?" And they're like, "No," and I was like, "No, it's great."
Like, you don't know horror. This is good horror.
Yeah.
Oh, scary movie.
Some scary movies, the Marlon Brothers.
Yeah. Back when they were good.
I would love to see those like now.
Like for the first time.
No, like them making stuff now.
Make another parody movie.
Yeah, with stuff.
What
now.
happened to parody movies, man? They haven't been.
People just got too soft.
They really have.
Or maybe licensing company was just they did not make good money. Like they just didn't. Besides like the scary movies, so they're probably just like it's not worth putting money into. I think it's like Disaster Movie is the one I used to own. I used to watch a lot. Let me make sure.
Because I honestly haven't seen a good parody movie since when? I don't remember when the last time I saw a good parody movie.
Yeah, Disaster Movie is the one I own that I used to watch a lot.
Really?
It was not great, but I mean, I was like 10. I thought it was funny.
Okay. Yeah.
There was one that they made a while back that was like a parody of the Hunger Games movies, and that one was dumb but fun. I remember if I remember correctly, like the end of it, like fucking the Avengers show up and Nick Fury's like, "I'm here to recruit you because you're really good with that bow," and Hawkeye's like, "The fuck am I here for then?"
Okay, weird.
Yeah. They made one. Actually, I think I know what happened to them. They made a Charlie and the Chocolate Factory one, and that was weird. I wouldn't even. You probably seen clips of it. I think that was what killed them because they're like, yeah, y'all are just making softcore horror porn.
Yeah,
that torture weird shit.
Yeah, I remember what you're.
Yeah, the Marlon Brothers. Run, bitch, run! Like white people are dying. We're getting the fuck out of here. the Black News crew.
Love it. It's great. Great for
Yeah, and I had my tongue up in it. So yeah.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, Halloween. Thinking of spooky stuff. Can't go wrong with Scooby Doo. With the original Scooby Doo movies from Hanna Barbera.
Yeah.
Like those, like Zombie Island,
X-Files.
Witch's Ghost,
Which is the one the Hex Girls are in?
Huh?
Which is the one the Hex Girls are in?
Witch's Ghost.
Witch's Ghosts.
Yeah, that one. The Alien movie one, the Alien Invasions.
Speaking, this is completely off topic. It's not horror. But speaking of Scooby Doo, the crossovers they have.
Wild as hell.
John Cena shows up in one.
Yeah.
To stop a boulder and then just disappears. I don't know if he shows up in the rest of the movie or not. I haven't seen it. I've just seen the clip of him showing up, catching a boulder in his full like WWE like the You Can't See Me shirt, hat, the wristbands, all that, and then just throws the boulder and then goes on about his day. And then they have a freaking Guardians of the Galaxy one. It's not Guardians of the Galaxy, but it's with Kiss. And they're pretty much the Guardians of the Galaxy kind of type. They even have a magical girl transformation scene, which is like
funny enough, that's how I got into Kiss.
Is it really?
It is really.
That's funny. Because they have this whole like fucking Gene Simmons is like, it's like the playing
the guitar and all that. Let's open the portal. Hey, what talking about the portal? That portal.
They're like
the Ferris wheel.
It's actually the bridge to blah blah blah. And then
bullshit.
And then Fred obviously doesn't like them, and he said one of the Kiss members was like, "Does she have to come?" And he's like, "Can your eyes see into the future?" And I'm just like, "Oh my god, what is this? What am I watching? Why is it so good?"
Probably one of the best crossovers that I've seen recently. The Supernatural crossover.
Oh yeah, that's another one.
Yeah,
Jensen Ackles and Jared Padalecki end up in an episode, and it's great because like that's not that they end up in an episode of Scooby Doo. It's more like Scooby Doo end up in an episode of Supernatural.
Yeah, because
people actually die in the episode, and like Shaggy breaks his arm, I think.
Yeah,
and he's like, "Oh, this hurts. Like, what the hell? Like, this never happens." And they're just like, "Oh, good luck."
And I think Jensen is trying to get with Daphne.
Yeah. Sam, look how big my mouth is. Look how big my mouth is.
There. Look how big my mouth is.
I love the behind the scenes of that.
Of them in the VA booth. Yeah.
That's great.
Because Jensen's literally just like, "Look, Sam, look." And then you can tell Jared is doing his best to not just laugh.
It's great. And now Jensen is Batman, or was Batman.
What was he in?
He was in the short DC animated movie runs that came after like the New 52 stuff.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'll show you some clips. But but he's actually really fucking good.
He's been an actor since Days in Our Lives, I think, is one of his first projects. Mm-hmm. That's been around for forever. Like,
yeah, sure.
He obviously knows what he's doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, I'm gonna give you 3.
All right.
You can't watch ever again. It's the one. I don't know. Let's see how it is. I'm gonna give you 3. You're getting rid of this season. You're getting rid of the series completely. You're vaulting it, so nothing will be rid of again. And then one you'll like, just your favorite. All right, Scream, the Scream franchise, the Halloween franchise, and the Predator franchise.
Ooh,
Predator's sci-fi, but it's still pretty spooky. So
I would put it in the horror suspense, like thriller era element in it.
Which one are you vaulting?
Which one am I vaulting?
Yeah,
that I can never see again.
Nothing will ever be made of it.
Nothing will ever be made of it again. I'd have to say Halloween.
Halloween, okay.
Just because it ended real bad, and like the first movie and the 2018 movie were really good, and everything else was downhill. Like, it's okay. I can't really see anything else after Michael Myers, or just besides making him like supernatural or anything.
Yeah.
Okay, next.
Which one are you getting rid of?
Ooh, should I be getting rid? I would have to say Predator, honestly, because besides Predator 1, the Alien versus Predator movies, and
I'm gonna look up some directors real quick.
Yeah. Besides the first Predator, Alien versus Predator movies, and Prey, which is a Predator movie.
Yes. I mean,
Uh,
he's there, and I don't get why people have that argument.
I don't either. There haven't been really any good Predator movies, including the reboot. The reboot was not a good Predator movie. There was a reboot. There was a modern, like 2000, mid 2000s.
Oh, is it
Predator
the one
movie.
with the one where it ends
Where-
with them getting in the suit?
I don't know. They end up on a planet. The humans end up on a planet.
Oh, yes, I know what you're talking about. Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, that one's second.
Yeah.
There's one where the guy, like, it's like,
I know there's one that came out recently called The Predator, where they make like a human predator hybrid or something like that, and they have to fight a
Predator.
whole big ass predator. But
Yeah,
I've never seen that.
The Predators in 2018. It's the one with Boyd Hollick, Olivia Munn,
Yeah, that one.
Keegan Michael Key, and
It-
Sterling Brown. Sterling Brown was in that. How the fuck did you get Sterling Brown for that? That's my question, because he's an amazing actor. But it's like the whole cast is like really dumb and funny.
yeah, I heard it was more
It was more,
comedic.
yeah. There's way too many like bits that they're trying to do, and
It
then
was
at the
just
end,
bad.
of the movie, like, and once again, it's this kid has autism. Guess what that means? He's a genius and he can read alien language. No, that's not.
That's not how that works.
That's not how that works.
You can just solve a Rubik's cube really fast.
Yeah,
It's stereotyping autistic people.
I hate movie autism. The way they show autism.
Movie
so
autism is
dumb.
just so awful.
Yeah.
What was the last one? Obviously, the last one.
Scream.
Scream. What was?
You're like keeping nothing happens to it. They can keep making projects of it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the last couple were really good. So I mean, if they keep going that route, that'd be fine. Like I think, what's her name is out. Wednesday.
Jenna Ortega and
Jenna
Melissa.
Ortega. Yeah, those two are out because
because of the way they treated Melissa.
yeah.
Which,
So I mean,
good for them.
yeah, that's great. Just would have liked to see what happened to their characters next, but I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
It'll be interesting. What's up?
I'm gonna give you 5. I want you to rank them 1 through 5. Right?
5 what?
Directors.
Directors? Okay.
Yeah. So
Alright.
and then I'll give you my 1 through 5.
Okay.
Also, we had the same list, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Vaulted,
Yeah. Nice.
Halloween,
Nice.
the Predator. I mean, like the Predator movies were like kind of meh to me. I always thought the Alien movies were
Like the
really
only
cool.
the Alien movies were by far the superior, like alien creature horror like suspense type movies. But
And then if you need me to give you some titles of what these people have made, I can give you titles. Okay.
all right. I might recognize a lot of them.
James Wan,
Okay, yeah, I know him.
Wes Craven,
All right.
John Carpenter,
All right.
Jordan Peele, Give me
Yes.
someone modern.
Yes.
and Romero.
George Romero.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
List them 1 through 5.
1 through 5. Ooh, fuck. Peel is at 5. Very good. Peel is still at 5. Not the best. Much. You'll have to list them again for me.
List them again for you. Okay, so you have
Please.
Peele at 5,
Peel at 5.
and then we did John Carpenter,
Okay. Keep going.
Wes Craven,
Mm,
James Wan, and Romero.
Okay, James Wan is gonna be 4.
Okay.
Carpenter is at 3. George Romero has to be at 1. So number 2 would have to be
Wes Craven.
Wes Craven.
Carpenter, Romero,
For
1 Carpenter,
okay,
because I believe he did The Thing,
yeah,
which is my all-time favorite horror movie. 1, it's from the 80s too, which is the practical effects of that movie was great.
yeah,
And then second place, Romero, Godfather of Zombies.
hmm
Reason I love zombie games now is because of him. He was even in one. He was in Black Ops 1.
No, you're fine. Keep going.
He was in Black Ops 1, and he was a boss zombie in Black Ops 1.
Yeah,
And I remember I loved it. And then not John Carpenter, and then Wes Craven. I mean, Wes Craven's Wes Craven.
Wes
It's like,
Craven, yeah.
those 3 are like, if you want to get into horror,
Iconic.
you start with those 3. You throw in some Kubrick, or you throw in,
yeah.
some Hitchcock.
Oh yeah,
You
Hitchcock.
know, James Wan,
James Wan's James Wan. Yeah,
Yeah.
he has this.
he has a style. And then Jordan Peele, just like you said.
Mhm.
He's got some iconic stuff. Get Out was great.
Yeah,
Nope was great.
like not the
it's-
best, but still very solid for his
Yeah.
generation.
And then he's the new, like, the only person that I would say is doing good horror right now that's current, and I didn't list him, Ari Aster. Homeboy that did Midsommar, Hereditary.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's like your only other like current, like an current horror director that I would even consider
more psychological thriller.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. I've never seen them, but I've heard nothing but good things.
They're tough watches. You can't just decide.
Yeah.
You can't just decide. I'm gonna watch Hereditary right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch Midsommar right now. I'm gonna watch something is wrong.
The Witch.
Yeah. Something is wrong with Bo. You can't just decide that's yes, I'm gonna watch Something Is Wrong with Bo. Speaking of which, Joaquin Phoenix and that's great.
Joaquin Phoenix is great in almost at home just about anything. That I can't really say for Joker number 2 because I haven't seen it. But
we've not seen that yet.
Yeah, we haven't seen that yet. The Witch, 2016, 2017 or something like that. I saw it opening night.
I don't think that was him.
Well, it wasn't him. I'm just saying The Witch. I saw opening night late at night. I think it was like 9 or 10. So it was really tired.
Yeah.
It's like a good hour and a half, 2-hour movie. It's really weird. It is really weird, and it makes you think at the end.
Yeah, that's what I want from a horror movie, though. I want to think at the end of a horror movie. You know what? And I just had this thought right now. At the end of each episode, we're going to recommend movies someone to watch. So think about a movie you want someone to, like a movie, a horror recommendation movie-wise.
Okay, all right.
But keep going. You're saying The Witch.
So it's come a bit.
Am I too far back?
Yeah, a little
Gotcha.
bit. So
I'm in a wheelchair. So whee, look at this.
The Witch is set like in colonial times, colonial era.
Oh, I've seen The Witch.
You have?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And like stuff happens. It just they're trying to figure out what's going on, and just the editing, the style, the visuals. It's very bizarre is all I can say without giving too much.
Yeah.
Because you can't really give too much away without giving it away. And the ending is just like, whoa.
What did I just watch?
Exactly. That was my reaction. Like, is this good? Is this bad? What the hell did I just watch?
Should I applaud this? Am I allowed to applaud this?
Yay. Do I go into this? No.
No.
It's...
Am I going to find creepy drawings around R34? What's going on?
Yeah, I will. Yeah, and that's another horror movie that I've seen that's...
You know what I don't care for horror is just horror gore porn. Like the Terrifier movies, I hate those. Really? I do not find them interesting at all.
I've only seen clips, but it looks funny. It looks funny in that horror gory way, but
it's like, how weird can I get with this before I guess I have to label this porn?
Okay, interesting. What's weird is that you say Terrifier. There's a third Terrifier movie coming out.
Because people are weird.
People are weird. People want gore porn.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's annoying.
I think the clown costume is pretty good. It's creepy, you know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but
What are you? So what were you talking about? What were you thinking earlier?
Yes, we're gonna give everyone one. I guess like one of your favorites
just for this episode.
Yeah, we'll do. I mean, we'll do it for each episode. We'll be like, hey,
maybe, yeah.
If you need something spooky to watch, here's what you should watch. I'm gonna pick Trick or Treat. Have you seen Trick or Treat?
I have seen Trick or Treat. It is very good. I hear they're trying to make a sequel.
I'd be down for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sam it's like a cool like. Has a huge cast too.
Oh yeah,
from what I remember correctly, and it's got enough like it's the best way to talk about it is it's a bunch of mini horror movies just kind of stapled together, and then at the end of it you realize all the connections. You're like, oh, that was sick.
Yeah.
What do you got?
So I was gonna go with the new Hellraiser movie that came out on Hulu, but I thought
it did come out on just Hulu, right?
Yeah, just Hulu.
Okay, then I have seen that.
Gore porn out the wazoo. Actually really good, but I just thought of another one that made me go like, that reminds me of Trick or Treat, which is funny that you say that. Krampus.
Yeah. I rewatched Krampus maybe like a month ago.
Yeah, it's set, obviously it's a Christmas theme. It's set in Christmas time, but I do believe it's made by the same director who did Trick or Treat. Which makes sense because
let's see what Google says.
Feels a lot like Trick or Treat.
Trick or Treat. Director Michael Daughtry. That
Okay.
seems like the name.
Yeah.
Yep. He did Krampus, Trick or Treat, Godzilla King of the Monsters.
Wait, what? Like the new one that came out?
Godzilla King of the Monsters 2019.
Really?
Director Michael Daughtry. He also did Godzilla vs. Kong.
What the hell?
Superman Returns.
What?
X2. Was this him too? No, that was Bryan Singer. Okay.
No,
I was, like, hold on.
I was gonna say.
And he worked on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, all these Godzilla movies are him.
Jeez, wow. They don't feel like him.
But yeah, Trick or Treat 2 is on here. I'd be down to see that.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool to see. Yeah, Krampus. If you guys haven't seen it, it's very interesting. Like it feels.
Oh yeah, look here. Sorry, cut you off.
It feels a lot like Trick or Treat.
On October 21st, 2023, following a screening of the occult favorite and at the Landmark Westwood in LA, had a Q&A. Daughtry had a Q&A. Percolator and the filmmaker revealed that Sam is indeed coming back in Trick or Treat 2 and continued with the proper nemesis.
Yeah,
I'd be
that'd
down
really
to
cool.
see that.
I don't know. I haven't heard anything more about it, but yeah, I would definitely be down to see that. It might come out next year. Who knows? Let's see.
You know what movie? What was it? Halloween Town. I love those movies.
Oh yeah, Halloween.
I just saw the actor for it. She popped up on my screen for some reason on the IMDb.
Halloween
Those
Town's
are great movies. I miss when Disney was like,
We're
ready
gonna do
for our
horror.
31 days of spookiness.
Yeah.
And there was like special episodes of like horror stuff, and it was just so good, dude. Horror, like, don't get me
I
wrong.
miss Disney horror. Disney
Yeah.
horror was good.
Yeah.
Disney horror was really good.
Play as much as you can without us getting copyrighted of Calling All the Monsters by China Anne McClain, I think is her name.
Yeah,
I think that's her name. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just
probably 1 second into it.
Calling.
Copyright strike and your channel goes down. The mouse don't fuck.
The mouse does not mess around with his money.
No, you don't. All right, so that is going to be it for our first Halloween spooky time.
Spooky, scary, spooky, scary. What is no, that's not what I was referencing the. I'll have to show it to you later. It's like the spooky, scary. Ah.
Yeah, that's gonna be it for our the first of 4 spooky themes.
40s? Oh my god. I'm sick.
All right, we'll see you guys next week for another
Not me.
episode. And probably not you.
I would rather die. No, playing. Just kidding.
Yeah. Let's keep it with the theme.
What?
Keep it with the theme.
Oh, haha. Cringy.
Cringe.
Edit
Yay. All right, guys, we will see you later. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy.
Also, Kadabracon, if you watch this, bring us back.
Yes, please. We'll see you guys next week.
See you guys. Be safe.
Spooky season. I don't